Welcome to Every Way Woman, and we are talking about a subject that's not so fun. When a spouse dies, you're worried about you're grieving for the spouse, but you're also worried about your finances. So that's why we have Emily Chase Smith here to help women out there who may be struggling with a death in the family and how they can plan for their future still. So tell me a little bit about, how can you still go through the grieving process and then come to the reality of needing to pay the bills?
It's interesting. It really depends on how well you planned beforehand. So I talked to a lot of widows, and some people are really in a fine position. They can really afford to kind of check out. I mean, they need to logistically pay the bills, but they can afford to not make any major decisions for a year. And they can afford to stay where they are. Maybe there was life insurance, a pension, Social Security, savings, that kind of thing. And they're really well set up for the situation, as tragic as it is. And other spouses, or other women, there's just such a level of, it's kind of desperation. I mean, here you've lost your spouse and you've lost your source of income all at the same time, and it can get really scary really quickly.
You talked about pensions, and is that something easy to find out about? Because I did have a family friend who, her husband passed away a long time ago, and only recently did she figure out that, she could collect Social Security and pensions. How easy is it to know where these things are?
Well, it's interesting because nobody's going to knock on your door and offer it to you.
I always thought that they would.
No, yeah, they don't.
No.
Yeah, it's something you really have to seek out. And, again, if you've been involved in the finances, you would know most pensions, the situation is that the husband has retired and there's a certain amount while he's alive, and then that amount changes after he passes away, and then there's, a lesser amount for the wife as she continues to live. And so the pension's kind of already there, all the structure's there, there's a lot of paperwork around that you could find out about it, and sometimes you really have to dig deep.
Are there monies, pension, Social Security, is there other money that, people are overlooking that might be out there?
Well, sometimes people will have, especially life insurance. If there's some small life insurance that came with a job or a position or something, people usually know about the $1 million policies. What about a $20,000 or $30,000 policy?
That could help out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that could be the difference between, oh my goodness, and it's okay for a while. Yeah.
So should you be going back to every employer and trying to find out what their system was? Or how do you go about going back to and finding those $20,000?
I would say for most widows, if you kind of haven't been involved in the finances, I just start in your own home office, wherever all that stuff is kept, and just start going through it and segregating out, I don't know what this is. There's something here and I need help with it. Mm-hmm. And then, going and finding help. It could be kids. A lot of times kids are really helpful in this situation. A professional or another widow who's just, further down the road and has dealt with some of this stuff.
And, is there a way that all of the information might be under, the spouse's, Social Security number or things like that? Is there one place to find it, or
it's not a clearinghouse. I mean, you're not going to be able to put in his Social Security number and then get all his financial stuff.
It'd be so easy. Why don't they do that, right?
No, nobody does.
But no, that's just
it's kind of an investigation process.
And is there hope? I mean, when people feel like they don't have a lot of money coming in and everything has changed, where's their hope that everything will work out?
I think the hope is in you. I mean, you are strong, you are in control, and this is another part of your life that you get to be in control of. And if you weren't before, this is a new growth area. And if you were before, doggone it, you're equipped. You're ready to go.
And there's no one else to help you, so you got to help yourself, right?
Yeah.
But you can do it.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, there's Emily Chase Smith telling you that you can do it. And for more information, you can go to emilychasesmith.com. We'll be back with more with Every Way Woman.